Lancaster County Board of Commissioners. Our chair is being delayed by traffic and will be here in a few minutes. My name is Bill Avery. I'm vice chair of the commission, and to my left is Deb Shore and Jennifer Brinkman, and to my right is Roma Amundson. So if you would join me now for a Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We are assisted today by two people from the clerk's office and from the county attorney's office and from the administrative office of the county. If you will join me now, we'll start the agenda. Mr. Clerk.
A copy of the Rest Open Meetings Act is located on the wall at the rear of the hearing room. Additionally, a copy of all written material to be discussed at today's open meeting is available from the county clerk's staff. The material can also be viewed on the county's website at lancaster.ne.gov. Agenda item 1 are minutes. Approval of minutes of the Board of Commissioners meeting held on Tuesday, May 30th, 2017.
Move approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the minutes of the board meeting on May 30. Any discussion, corrections? Call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery.
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0. Next is approval of the minutes of the Board of Commissioners Department budget hearings held on Tuesday, May 30th, 2017.
Move approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the minutes of the board meeting held on May 30. Any discussion? No discussion. Call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery.
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0. Number 2 are claims. Approval of all claims processed through June 6, 2017.
Move approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the claims process through the 6th of June. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery.
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0. Next is number 3, a special presentation. This is recognition of Bailey Goff and Luke Whitty for receiving a 2017 Nebraska Association of County Officials College Scholarship. Larry Dix, NACO Executive Director.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm pleased to be here this morning to present 2 scholarships. NACO, as an organization, each and every year, we present 12 scholarships to students whose parents are employed in county government. And those scholarships are distributed across the state. NACO has 5 districts, so that we make sure that some of the scholarships go to each of the 5 districts. Each year, we provide 12 $1,000 scholarships to students. Over the years, we have issued scholarships now to 222 students since we began this program, in the total of amount of $195,000 over, and we started this in about 1999. And over that period of time, I think we have previously issued 5 to Lancaster County students, and we'll add 2 more today. And so with that, I think we really want to hear a little bit from Bailey and Luke and their aspirations and where they're going to college. So, I'll turn it back to the chair if that's what you would like to do, is have them come forward, and then I'll make the presentation to them.
That would be appropriate if Bailey and Luke would please come forward and just tell us a little bit about themselves.
And maybe their parent, who's the county employee, might want to join them up here too.
Sorry, she wants to take pictures.
Oh, well, okay. Then come on up this way. If you'd rather do that.
Yeah, there you go.
You can come up over here.
All right, Bailey.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Let's turn this around.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Where's the photographer?
Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
Bailey, if you'd like to just kind of introduce yourself, and Luke, you too, afterwards.
Hi, my name is Bailey Goff, and my mom is Jody, and she works for the Lancaster County Department of Motor Vehicles. And I'm going to go to UNL and study mechanical engineering and hopefully dual major in architectural design as well. So a lot of work and a lot of studies. And so I'll hopefully get done in about 4 years, but it might be about 4.5. So thank you guys for the consideration for the scholarship and also the scholarship. So, yeah.
Luke.
I'm Luke Whitty, and my father is Jerry Whitty, who is a captain at the Lancaster Sheriff's Office. And I'm planning to go to the University of Omaha, University of Nebraska, Omaha, for computer science, which I have found to be a field that I really, really enjoy. I'd really like to thank the Board of Directors for this, as well as the Scholarship Committee and the NACO members. I'm really honored that you guys chose me for this scholarship. And I'm very, very thankful that you have decided to invest in my future. And I hope that following your example, I will be able to invest my time and energy into the community in the near future. I'm thankful.
Yeah. Thanks, Luke. And thanks, Larry.
Well, the two amazing young people, obviously the scholarship selection committee
Right.
made two excellent choices.
Next is number 4, and we have 2 public hearings. The first is County Text Amendment number 16002 to amend Article 18 of the Lancaster County Zoning Resolution related to airport zoning. And the other is County Text Amendment number 16016 to amend Article 18 of the Lancaster County Zoning Resolution related to special height and use near airports to modify requirements for height permits.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open up the first public hearing on the County Text Amendment number 16002 relating to the airport zoning.
Can I go ahead and swear you in here? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes. Rachel Jones, Planning Department. So we are requesting the reapproval of the 2016 and the 2017 airport zoning amendments, which previously did not meet the 10-day notification requirement for the state. And so we had to re-advertise those, and I'll just note that these have both already been approved without too much comment. And I know we do already have a motion to amend for a typo that we will have today as well. Any questions?
Are there any questions for Ms. Jones?
Great.
Okay. Is there anyone in the audience to testify in support, in opposition to this amendment, or in the neutral capacity? Okay, I'll go ahead and close this public hearing for County Text Amendment 16002.
Next, should we move on to new business 6A as a resolution regarding County Text Amendment number 16002 to amend Article 18 of the Lancaster County Zoning Resolution to special height and use near airports.
Move approval?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the resolution regarding County Text Amendment number 16002. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 6B is a resolution regarding County Text Amendment number 16016 to amend Article 18 of the Lancaster County Zoning Resolution relating to special height and use near airports.
Mr. Clerk, before we move on to 6B, we need to go back to 4B. I'm going to go ahead and open the public hearing for the County Text Amendment number 16016 to amend the Article 18 related to the special height and use near airports. Anyone here to testify in support?
Rachel Jones, Planning Department. Just again, already approved previously, and I know we've got a motion to amend on this second one that we will be having introduced by Commissioner Brinkman.
Anyone else in the audience testify in support, in opposition, or in the neutral capacity? Okay, I'm going to close the public hearing for the county text amendment number 16016. Please move on to the correlating item, Mr. Clerk.
This is 6B, a resolution regarding county text amendment number 16016, amended Article 18 of the Lancaster County zoning resolution relating to special height and use near airports.
So I want to make a motion to amend on page 3 of attachment A. It's just the second line down where it says 7,000 seen, and it should be replaced with 7.
Okay, we have a motion to amend.
Second.
approval.
Okay, so we have a motion to amend with a second. Any discussion? Okay, please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
So now I'd make a motion to approve the resolution as amended.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the resolution as amended regarding the county text amendment number 16016. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. We'll move back to number 5, which is unfinished business, and this is a special designated license application from Kramer Bar and Grill for an event to be held on July 8th, 2017 at Kramer Bar and Grill at 11365 West Kramer Street, Kramer, Nebraska.
Good morning.
Morning, how are you guys?
Good.
I'm Mike Roth, owner of the Kramer Bar and Grill, and I didn't know I had to be here last week, otherwise I would have showed up for it, so if you guys got some questions for me, I'd be willing to address them.
Well, I know that there was some concerns about the closure of the highway, and can you?
No, we're not closing the highway.
Right, I know, but the engineering department just gave some direction.
Yeah, and
Can
I
you
have
speak
all
to
that here.
Yeah, can you speak to that? Because I think that's what prompted the questions.
Okay, from what I can understand, they said that Southwest 114th Street is to remain open, and that was in the plan. I had no plan of trying to close that off. The only street closure that we were looking for is directly in front of the bar, which there is a community hall across the street. So basically, it really doesn't affect anybody. Talking about, hang on, I got it right here. 72 foot. And I don't know if you have the overhead view that I put with my plans and all that, that has,
You put it on the overhead.
how do you do this? I don't know how to work it. Oh, okay.
Oh, no, flip it over, yeah, there you go.
Okay, as you can see, right here, this is the Kramer Bar and Grill right here, okay? This is the community hall. We are looking to close the street off right here and right here. So Southwest 14th, nobody's area will be affected by parking. The only thing you won't be able to do is turn in here and go to this driveway right here. Other than that, there's nothing in town that would be affected by that.
So which way will people come in to park then?
Back here, on the other side, right down here, there's West Peruka Street, and there's a little small road in town that runs all the way around up to this area right here. And there's plenty of parking around this area. I know they don't want any parking on Southwest 114th Street, which I will make sure there's not, but down the block here, there's vehicles parked up and down this road down here anyway. So, I mean, I will put the signs up so nobody does park there. But we're talking about a birthday party for a lady that works for us for 38 years, and she's gonna be 80 years old. So, I mean, we're not gonna have a big blowout event going on here, but I don't know if you guys have any other questions. I know they They wanted me to have the barricade set up, which I've already contacted All Roads Barricade. I have the barricade system. Temporary signs shall be posted on Southwest 14th on the north and south side, saying of the Kramer Street closure that's ahead. And now they have down here, and I was a little confused on this. They want a barricade of the street closure along the west right-of-way of Southwest 113th Street. There is no Southwest 113th Street. I'm assuming they meant Southwest 112th, which is the street right here, because there's no Southwest 113th. I'm assuming they want a barricade like right up in this area.
Right. Probably if there had been a Southwest 113th, that's probably where it would have been, right?
At one time, maybe, yes.
Yeah, so, okay.
That was way before my time.
Are there any questions for Mr. Roth? Okay. Otherwise, I'd entertain a motion.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the SDL application from the Kramer Bar and Grill. Any additional discussion? Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Okay, thank you, guys.
New business 6C is a special designated license application from Sesostris Temple Holding Corporation for an event to be held on August 19th, 2017 at 1050 Sawtilla Road, Roca, Nebraska.
Okay, is there, please step forward. Good morning. If you'd introduce yourselves.
My name is Bob Newts. I'm the office manager at Saucer Shrine.
Doug Kuzer, retired captain of the Iron Nobles.
It's one of our units.
Okay.
What we're going to do, what we're proposing is a special designated license for an event on October 19th. It's a Saturday, approximately 3 o'clock in the afternoon to 10, 11 o'clock at night, which we want to have some live bands, dance, and also serve some alcoholic beverages. The area is going to be outside of our facility. We have a regular liquor license. It's going to be outside the building in a fenced-in area. To the north and on kind of the east side of our building, it'll be attached to the building with at least 3 exits. 3 bands, we'll line them up on a lowboy trailer and play and dance. And hope you would accept our proposal.
On the map or on the overhead, if you would kind of show
This would be east. So from the east side of the building going north to the edge of the concrete, we'll have 6-foot fence. The band will be on a trailer outside the fence, facing west. The fence will then run along the edge of the concrete, 150 feet back, and then come across the parking lot to the building, which will be just to the west side of the kitchen door. So there will be access out of the beer garden area. One up here on the east side, there's a single door, and down in this area, approximately 125 feet, there is a double door to come back into the building.
Are there any questions for the applicant? Commissioner Shore?
Is this a fundraising event for you, for your
Yes.
organization?
Yes.
And you're expecting how many people?
If we had 200, we'd be really happy. We're really shooting for around 100, but if we had 200, that would be great. If first annual, if it works out, we may be back next year. We'll see how it all works.
I move approval of the SDL.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the SDL application from the Sesostris Temple Holding Corporation. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you.
6D is a contract with LexisNexis Vital Check Network, Inc. to provide Lancaster County online payments point of sale Term of the contract is the date of execution through December 31st, 2019. There is no cost to the county for this service.
Good morning. Andy Stebbing, the Lancaster County Treasurer, and Chief Deputy Candace Meredith. We're respectfully here today to ask you to approve this contract. This would be a contract going forward that would replace an old company with a new business that would do our online and point of sale credit card and debit cards and e-checks at the DMV and down here at the downtown office for property taxes. Candace Meredith and Bob Walla from the City County Purchasing, David Durbin, Jen Duro from my office, Mandy Meyer, Community Corrections, and Chris Plock from IS teamed up and worked on this, searched nationwide, and put this out for bid for a new RFP. And this this business, Nexus from Tennessee, was an outstanding one that we'd like, a business that we'd like to sign a contract with. What we're most excited about is when someone comes in and pays for their property taxes, or they go out and pay for their license plates. Presently, they're charged 2.45% on their debit card. This business, this company, is going to make that a flat rate of $2. So we're hoping to push more of our cash, checks, and other sales onto debit cards. It would just really make us way more quicker, more efficient, more effective. They threw in a lot of things. They're going to give us 45 different EMV credit card terminals, the ones that you at the local grocery store that you put your card into. They're going to give those, provide those for free. Candace has been working so closely with all of the other county agencies, the Election Commission, the Assessor, Juvenile Diversion, Extension Office, all the others are coming online. Now they just accept checks and cash. With us being the umbrella, we can now take on all the other county agencies. It would make everybody more quicker, effective, efficient. And I want to thank the team for putting this together. And so with that, we'd ask for your approval. Did I miss anything?
No, just we're pretty excited about the lower convenience fees. And it's going to be a very slick product for us that we feel will be more efficient.
I see the purchasing agent coming forward. If Mr. Walla had anything to add.
Walla, purchasing agent. I just wanted to add too that we did put a clause in here that if there are any other counties in the state of Nebraska who would like to participate in this contract, they have that option to do so. So we just wanted to try that on a few of them here, and this seemed to be one to start with, and the company did agree to work with those counties as well.
And so how are we going to communicate that with the other counties? Was that something that the county board would be responsible for?
I already put a bug in Larry's.
Okay. I love it when a plan comes together. Commissioner Shore?
Andy, would you read down the list? I guess I was surprised that we had so many different places that accept payment for various services.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's 26 agencies here in Lancaster County, and for like the Sheriff's Department, those guys have their own, but the Election Commission, the County Assessor, the Juvenile Diversion Extension Office, there's others too that were just taking cash and checks. Mm-hmm. With this system, we will provide them with the debit credit card machine, swiper machine, and so go on about that. There's others. She's been contacting everyone.
Right. We do have several departments, such as county clerk, that are currently with a vendor right now. But there has been several departments that haven't had credit card services. So we reached out to them as this is a opportunity to just get that started to help them out as well.
We take in $50,000 a day easy on debit cards, and so if we can get that up even much more so, we can almost, when people pay with a check or cash, it takes our time. If they can swipe their card and be on their way, it makes us quicker and less labor intensive. So, yeah, it's a good deal. And as they said in the opening, it doesn't cost the county anything. This is just a contract with a new company going forward.
Well, so in addition to property taxes, would they be able to pay for their license and registration as well?
Right. So that we have we'll have the online services for our real estate. And then we'll have the credit card point of sale services for any of our services, driver's license, motor vehicles, real estate, at all our locations.
The only thing this does not cover is online license plates. That's still with the state of Nebraska.
Are there any other questions for the county treasurer and his chief deputy?
I move approval of the contract.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the contract with LexisNexis Vital Check Network. Any additional discussion? Please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
E is an amendment to County Contract C-16-579 between Blue Valley Behavioral Health Crisis Response Counselors and Lancaster County. The amendment increases the expenditures under the contract to $12,000.
I see Melissa Hood coming up from Youth Services Center. Good morning.
Melissa Hood, Youth Services Center. This one is just an increase in the limit. We've been watching and we realized we got close, so that's all the changes here. And we'll actually be back probably within a few weeks because the annual contract's up for renewal too. So, but this one in front of you is just the change in the maximum.
The contract utilization needs to be increased because of the usage.
Yep.
Right, okay.
Yep, they do a wonderful job. We love them.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to amend the county contract with Blue Valley Behavioral Health Crisis Response Counselors. Any discussion?
I just
Commissioner
had a quick
Brinkman?
question. So is that, the increase in utilization that you're seeing, is that reflected in the budget that we are reviewing for next year?
Next year, we have a different amount set than
Okay.
we do for this current year, but this current year, we are covering what
Sure.
the increase would be.
Okay, thank you.
If that answers.
Michelle Schindler, Director, Lancaster County Youth Services. This contract is for after-hour services when youth are in crisis. So when youth come into the facility, we do what's called a suicide risk inventory. So all youth are assessed when they come in. And then throughout their stay, we have a variety of different interventions that we utilize to assess the youth's mental health. And so one's mental health is not something we can actually predict with precision. It really depends on the youth that come in our facility. And so we have child guidance on site who does mental health, and that's funded through region dollars. And then after hours, Blue Valley works with us. So we can have one youth who perhaps needs to see a counselor 3 nights in a row, or we can have no youth. So we tried to predict for our budget for next year the utilization, and we do something like an average, and then we have to come back if it gets higher.
Are there any other questions for either Ms. Hood or Ms. Schindler? Okay, we have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 6F is acceptance of State Grant Award 17-CB-529 from the Nebraska Commission on Law Enforcement and Criminal Justice in the amount of $852,152 for Lancaster County Community Aid.
Good morning, Sarah with Lincoln Lancaster Human Services. This is the predetermined amount of money that we get from the state. It's based from our juvenile population, ages 12 through 17. This is the funding that every 3 years we come together as a community and formulate a plan as to how we're going to better serve our juveniles. We submit that plan to the Crime Commission, and then annually we need to write a grant to the Crime Commission explaining how we're going to meet those priorities set forth in our collaborative plan by utilizing this funding.
Are there any questions for Ms. Hoyle?
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to accept the state grant award from the Nebraska Commission on Law Enforcement and Criminal Justice. Any additional discussion? Please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. G is a grant contract with El Centro de las Americas in the amount of $29,036 for the Latina Leaders Program through the Nebraska Commission on Law Enforcement and Criminal Justice Juvenile Services Aid State Grant. Term of the grant contract is from July 1st, 2017 through June 30th, 2018.
Okay, and I have the coordinator for the Latino Leaders Program and also for the Golden Warriors Program here to explain the program. This is Steve.
Good morning. So I'm just give a little description of the Latino leaders. So I'm the youth program coordinator for the Latino leaders, the boys. The Latina leaders coordinator couldn't come today, but I'm happy that we have something that we could provide for the young ladies now, ages middle school and high school. This program was a pilot program just recently. We had 36 young girls registered for the school year, and out of those 36 young girls, our grades went up, our attendance went up, graduation, we had 6 senior girls in high school, all 6 senior girls graduated. 31 out of the 36 Latinas were involved in gangs, and we're hoping that most of them are out of it now, and we're intervening and preventing that. For the program, we do provide workshops for the Latinas. The programs are anything from identity, suicide prevention, substance abuse prevention, gang prevention. We also provide tutoring for the Latinas after school for every school. Currently, we are in 2 different schools. We're at Leffler Middle School and Lincoln High. For this next school year, we're looking at increasing to 5 different schools. So we'll be at Leffler, Goodrich, Park, Lincoln High, and North Star Middle School. We also have leaders from the community come to present to the Latina leaders. We do have team building activities that we do with the students. We have a lot of these young Latinas that have tension with each other because of the gang. So we put them together and do team building activities. We do educational field trips. This past school year, we did alone 3 college visits. We went to UNO, UNK, and here at UNL. So just for the future, we're looking at increasing to 5 schools for the next school year, hoping to double our girls. Just alone this summer, we have 40 girls registered for our summer program. So that's a big goal that we have. So that's what I have for today.
Thanks. Any questions about Commissioner Amundson?
Well, no question, just a comment. It sounds like a fantastic program, and you have really done an excellent job in coordinating things.
Thank you.
And the success rate is really outstanding.
Yes, thank you.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the grant contract with El Centro de las Americas for the Latina Leaders Program. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. H is a grant contract with the City of Lincoln Police Department in the amount of $8,000 for the Shields Unite program through the Nebraska Commission on Law Enforcement and Criminal Justice Juvenile Services Aid State Grant. Term of the grant contract is July 1st, 2017 through June 30th, 2018.
And this is the program that we have with the Lincoln Police Department and the Salvation Army, where both Major Pennington and Captain Stilley have been in to present on that before. I do want to point out, though, on the agenda that these contracts are up for you to sign, and they're to start July 1st. And today is it's the first week of June, which is super exciting because I'm not sure that we've seen that before in the grants world as far as getting those contracts out on this time. And I want to recognize it's been a collaborative effort. There's been a lot of work on the effort of Dave with the county attorney's office in revising the contracts, making sure that they're current, making sure the language reads accurately to protect the county. There's been a tremendous amount of work with the clerk's office in coordination with Kelly, Corey, and Allison, getting it into trim. Jenny has been instrumental in my office in bringing everybody together, tracking them to make sure we know where they're at. And then, of course, Rhonda, this is her full-time job, so. Anyways, thank you, everybody. And I just wanted to point that out because it's been a lot of work, and it really does show how people can come together to get things done with this. So.
Thank you for.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the grant contract with the City of Lincoln Police Department for the Shields Unite program. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 6I is a grant contract with Burnaclaw Educational Solutions Team in the amount of $5,012 for the Best Alternative School Program through the Nebraska Commission on Law Enforcement and Criminal Justice Juvenile Services Aid State Grant. Term of the grant contract is July 1st, 2017 through June 30th, 2018.
And this is to provide an alternative school to our pre-adjudicated youth. We pay them on a per diem basis.
Move approval. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the grant contract with Burnaclaw Educational Solutions Team for the Best Alternative School Program. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. J is a grant contract with the Hub in the amount of $5,000 for the Project Hire Program through the Nebraska Commission on Law Enforcement and Criminal Justice Juvenile Services Aid State Grant. Term of the grant contract is July 1st, 2017 through June 30th, 2018.
And this is to provide job readiness training for our pre-adjudicated youth. They provide a Casey's life skill assessment that kind of helps the youth find different interests that they may have, different career paths, and then they help them find actual employment in the community.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the grant contract with the Hub for the Project Hire Program. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. K is a grant contract amendment with Donald P. Ballou, PhD, to modify the source of funding for contract C-16-636 to include Nebraska Commission on Law Enforcement and Criminal Justice Community-Based Juvenile Services Aid State Grant number 15-EB-0602 and number 16-CB-0523. The contract is for the enhancement of the Youth Crisis Response Services. Term of the grant contract is July 1st, 2016 through June 30th, 2017.
And Dr. Bilau coordinates our crisis response services. This is an amendment that came as a result of the Crime Commission and the decrease in funding where we had to go back and shift funds to cover everything. So this is going back to clean up that.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to amend the county contract with Dr. Donald Bilau.
Bilau, yeah.
Bilau, apologize. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. L is an amendment to county contract C-14-244 with PharMerica for pharmacy services for Lancaster County. The amendment renews the contract from May 20th, 2017 through May 19th, 2020. The estimated cost for the services shall not exceed $10,000 each year for a total of $30,000 without approval by the Lancaster County Board.
Michelle Schindler, Lancaster County Youth Services. We, as you know, we provide medical services to all youth at the facility. Approximately 40% of our youth are on some type of psychiatric medication that we must initiate when the youth come into custody. So we contract with PharMerica. They're in Omaha, and we have a process where after they get a physician script, because we have to contact the doctor to get a script filled. So youth, because they may have been on run or they may have other things going on in their lives, medical has to contact a physician or find them a physician to get medications initiated, and then For America fills it and brings it and delivers it to our facility. What we love about For America is they do our billing for us. So they will actually bill private insurance and a variety of things before it comes to the county, who is the payer of last resort. So this is a continuation.
Any questions?
Move approval. Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to amend the county contract with PharMerica for pharmacy services at the Youth Services Center. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 7 are consent items. Receive and place on file the following reports: Clerk of the District Court, County Clerk, County Sheriff, County Engineer. Utility permit number 1545, allowing Black Hills Gas Distribution LLC to install underground natural gas line under Northwest 27th Street and West Alvo Road easterly to connect with the Fallbrook addition. There is no cost to the county. Setting public hearing on Tuesday, June 13, 2017 at 9 a.m. in room 112 of the County City Building regarding County Text Amendment number 17009 to amend various sections of the Lancaster County zoning resolution relating to movement of various permitted uses to permitted special uses.
Move approval of the consent items.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the consent items. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 8 is public comment. Those wishing to speak on items relating to county business not on the agenda may do so at this time.
Anyone here from the public wishing to make a statement?
Okay.
Hearing none, please continue with the agenda, Mr. Clerk.
Next is announcements. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold a staff meeting, including department budget hearings, on Thursday, June 8, 2017, at 8:30 a.m. in the Bill Luxford Studio of the County City Building. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold their next regular meeting on Tuesday, June 13, 2017, at 9 a.m. in room 112 of the County City Building, with the Board of Equalization immediately following. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold department budget hearings on Tuesday, June 13, 2017 at 10 a.m. or immediately following the Board of Commissioners meeting of the, in the Bill Luxford Studio of the County City Building. County Commissioners can be reached at 402-441-7447 or commish@lancaster.ne.gov. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting is broadcast live. It is rebroadcast on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays on 5 City TV Cable Channel 5. In addition, the meeting may be viewed on the internet at lancaster.ne.gov under 5 City TV or video on demand.
Move we adjourn?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to adjourn. Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Okay, that concludes the Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting. We will go ahead and start the Lancaster County Board of Equalization meeting.
A copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is located on the wall at the rear of the hearing room. Additionally, a copy of our written material to be discussed at today's open meeting is available from the county clerk's staff. The material can also be viewed on the county's website at lancaster.ne.gov. Also in attendance this morning is Scott Gaines from the county assessor's office. Agenda item 1 are minutes. Approval of the minutes of the Board of Equalization meeting held on Tuesday, May 16, 2017.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the Board of Equalization meeting held on Tuesday, May 16th. Any discussion or correction? Please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 2 is a public hearing, and this is for proposed change in exemption status for Cedars Home for Children Foundation, Inc., New Hope United Methodist Church, Radiant Church, and Trinity Methodist Church.
Good morning, Scott Gaines, Deputy Assessor, or Registered Deed, excuse me.
I think I'll go ahead and swear you in. Do you solemnly swear affirm that testimony you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do. These are properties that had previously been granted exemptions from property taxes. They have recently sold, so this is the formal action that says the former owner is no longer entitled to the exemption. In some cases, you'll see it's like a church-to-a-church sale. Those new owners of the property have until July 1 to make application to continue that exemption on for 2017. And we've been in contact with those churches, and we do anticipate by July 1 we will have applications for those potentially exempt properties that have acquired these.
Okay, thank you for that explanation. Are there any questions for Mr. Gaines? Okay, hearing none, I will go ahead and open the public hearing for the proposed change in the exemption status for these 4 organizations. Is there anyone here to testify in support of this action, in opposition, or in the neutral capacity? Okay, I'll go ahead and close the public hearing for the proposed change in exemption status.
Next is number 3, and this is for action on a proposed change in exemption status.
Based upon the recommendation of the county assessor's office, I move we make the change with regards to the status.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to change the exemption status for these 4 organizations. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 4 is the 2017 451 tax exemption applications on real and personal property.
I think you've got approximately 20 of these applications. To simplify it, I think the best way to do this is our recommendation from our office is for approval for 100% approval with the following exceptions that I'll discuss here. I think there's 6 of them where our recommendation is something other than 100% approval. So if it's all right with the board, I'll go ahead and go through those, and then we can discuss any of those you'd like. The first one is the property owner is CVOL Inc., and this property is, we're recommending approval of the 2 units that are used for their charitable purpose. The other 4 units are still leased to private individuals. I think when they acquired the property, they agreed to let those leases run their course before they convert those to the exempt use as well. So we're recommending partial exemption on that property. Camp Creek Antique Machinery and Threshing has 2 parcels on your list. One of them, and I'm just going to have to use parcel IDs here, 24-14-400-004. This is one that the Threshers had owned this property for a while. There was a house on the property that was used as a rental. It had, that part of the property had been taxable. That rental home is no longer there, so this is converting this one to a full exemption. The other Camp Creek one is kind of in reverse. They have acquired this property. The tenant or the owner of the house, they're allowing them to continue to live in this house. So the application that is 24-14-400-005, our recommendation is for a partial approval, and we're going to continue to tax the house where the private citizen is allowed to remain under the terms of their agreement, and we would exempt the rest of that property that is being utilized by Camp Creek. Dimensions Educational Research Foundation, again recommending a partial on this. They do have some space in their property that is leased to a private business, recommending a taxable status on that portion. I believe that represents about 12.6% of the property, and exempting the portion that's used for the public purpose, or the exempt purpose, excuse me. Radiant Church, this is 1722-304-028. This previously there was a private daycare operating within the church. That private daycare is no longer in the church. We're recommending the exemption go from a partial to a full exemption now.
Can I ask a question before you go?
Commissioner Shore?
We just had Radiant Church on the previous item.
And that was a different property. That was a residential home that they...
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so this Radiant on this part is a partial.
This is the actual church itself that previously had a private daycare, causing a partial exemption. No more daycare, no private daycare involved, so full exemption. Redeemer PCA, this is one that had a partial exemption previously because of a there's a house on the property that was used as a rental. Now they're using it for church offices, so we're recommending that one go to a full exemption. And the final one, this is Windsong Equitherapy. We're recommending denial of this one. The information we've received from the organization says that there's currently no exempt use on the property. They're prospectively going to begin their exempt use after this year. Right now, it's currently rented, and it's a bean field, I believe. So this application would be disapproved until such time as they do make the switch to use it for exempt purposes. That's all I have, and if I didn't mention any of the other properties, those are ones we're recommending 100% approval for.
Okay, thank you for that explanation, Mr. Gaines. Is there anyone in the audience here to discuss any of these items on the agenda? Okay. Are there any questions from the board? Otherwise, I entertain a motion.
Do we need to repeat Scott's comments into the record? Because we don't have we don't have a listing. I mean, I was trying to keep track if you want it reread or if we can just make a motion based upon his verbal recommendation.
No, I would do the second recommendation, just following the recommendation of the assessor's office.
Okay, I will make a motion that we approve the tax exemption applications in full or partial or denial based upon the recommendation of the county assessor.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the 2017 451 tax exemption applications on real and personal property based on the recommendations of the county assessor's office. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 5 is public comment. Those wishing to speak on items relating to County Board of Equalization business not on the agenda may do so at this time.
Anyone here from the public wishing to speak about an item not on the agenda? Okay.
Move we adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Okay, that concludes the Lancaster County Board of Equalization meeting. Have a good day.